What's up, people? Piz out here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the newly released video game Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This is the multiplayer, and just going to dive right into it. Some pros and cons. I'm going to start with the pros. The first thing I noticed when I first started playing the game was, of course, the maps. The maps in the original Black Ops were all gray, drab, bleak looking. They were really ugly. The maps here are actually pretty nice. They're colorful, they're pretty looking, they're aesthetically pleasing, and that goes a long way for me, so that is an improvement over the original Black Ops. Also, the game doesn't feel like the original Black Ops. By that I mean the movements, the engine, it's much more fluid. It's much more reactionary as far as knee-jerk reflexes and stuff. I always thought Black Ops was so slow and so sluggish. I was always messing with the sensitivity to try and calibrate it just right. So the movements here feel a lot more like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, as opposed to the original Black Ops. Something else I like about the game that's really interesting that Treyarch has done really well is the weapon selection and the balancing of the weapons. There is no, class king. There's not one weapon that just outclasses every other in their respective class. Now, I've only played with the assault rifles and the submachine guns. Haven't tried any of the other weapons, but the submachine guns are all really good. It's a submachine gun centric game as far as I'm concerned. Submachine guns are all really good. The assault rifles, I'm really digging the 3-round burst assault rifles. The SWAT, there's actually a 4-round burst assault rifle. Its name escapes me right now. The FN FAL is back, semi-automatic. There's another semi-automatic weapon, so they really mixed it up well as far as fully automatic weapons, semi-automatic weapons, and burst fire weapons. So that's very cool. The perk system, I'm enjoying the perk system in Black Ops 2. They've streamlined the perks, yet at the same time they've opened them up. So instead of, say for instance, Stalker, which was a perk in Modern Warfare 3, there's a weapon attachment, the adjustable stock, which basically allows you to strafe to ADS. Or to move faster while ADSing is what I'm trying to say. Just like Stalker from Modern Warfare 3. Instead of steady aim, there is the laser sight, which right there I just equipped it on the shotgun I picked up from that guy. On the submachine guns, the laser sight is deadly. The hip fire accuracy is off the hook with the submachine guns. Anyway, but you equip that laser sight and they are just deadly hip fire accuracy. So yeah, that's very cool. Doesn't appear to be pro perks this time around, which Treyarch, listen to the community. Nobody liked busting their balls to get the pro perks as they were set up in the original Black Ops, having to play different game types and having to, do all these achievements to unlock a pro perk. So yeah, that is something that I think is really cool with the game. There's what's a wild card system where you can use, say for instance, 3 attachments on a weapon, or you can use 2 perks in whatever perk slot. You just have to give up, like say, a tactical grenade or a lethal grenade, or you can equip 3 attachments onto your primary weapon and then just not carry a backup weapon. I've actually seen people running with all the perks in the game and no weapon, just running around using a knife, which that's kind of interesting. I like that. And as far as the game types are concerned, I mean, there's lots of ways to gain XP, so you can rank up really fast in this game. Just about everything you do in the game gives you XP, destroying enemy equipment, shooting down air support, stuff like that, and of course that leads, like with Modern Warfare 3, to your kill streaks. So if you shoot down if you've got hardline on and you shoot down a helicopter or UAV and you get you a couple of kills or take out some enemy bouncing Betty or whatever, you get to that kill streak a lot faster. So that's cool. Not a kill streak per se. They're calling them score streaks, which that's actually pretty cool, I think. So yeah, weapon balance. Treyarch did an excellent job with weapon balance. Like I said, there is no sort of king weapon. There is no ACR from Modern Warfare 2. There is no MP7 from Modern Warfare 3. You just have different guns that you can use for different occasions, just depending on your preference. If you like the 3-round burst, the accuracy of the 3-round burst, definitely there's awesome 3-round burst weapons in the game. If you want to just open up, weapon that I'm using now, which I forget it's the M something. It's basically an M4. There's also the Type 25, which has just awesome rate of fire. Really good assault rifles in the game. Really good submachine guns in the game. So yeah, and they're a lot of fun to play with too, which is what matters ultimately. As for the cons, the biggest con in the game, peer-to-peer hosting, lag compensation. The one thing Black Ops the original got right, at least on PC, was they gave us dedicated servers. Here, not so much. And I know it's the first week of release. I know there's latency issues. I know there's a lot of people playing, and that's going to be a problem as far as connections are concerned. But there is really no excuse for just how bad the connections are in this game. The lag is off the hook. Lots and lots of connection errors. People lagging out. It's not good. On top of that, the spawns, and I hate to complain about the spawn system in these games because they're always bad, but Black Ops 2's spawn system is the worst in COD history, and I do not say that lightly. It is the worst I have ever seen. I cannot tell you how many times I've spawned directly in front of somebody. I've spawned, taken 2 steps forward, and been shot in the back. It happens constantly. It is a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, the worst in Call of Duty history. That's a bold statement, I know, but I do not make it lightly. I totally believe it. The maps. There are maps on this game that I will back out of and just not even attempt to play. Express is horrible. There's a map called Yemen that is all just windows and camping spots. Horrible maps. I will not play them to save my life. I back out of them each and every freaking time. Tons of kill streaks, score streaks, I apologize. You are under a lightning storm or a hunter killer constantly. There are bouncing baddies friggin' everywhere. I've died more to bouncing baddies in this game than I ever did to claymores in Modern Warfare 2, and it's been the first week of release. You've got to equip engineers so you can see them, and when you do that, I mean it's just red stuff everywhere all over the map. If it's not a bouncing Betty, it's a claymore. But this game is lousy with them. And day one, the game's patched. Day one, as soon as I put the thing in, as soon as I install it, I gotta wait to download the patch. But the biggest thing is the connection. The connection problems are awful. The spawns are awful. I'm really hoping Treyarch will, like I said, day one they're putting out patches. That's never a good sign. But I'm really hoping that they're going to put out, they're going to try and do something with the connections. I don't think there's a whole lot they can do with the peer-to-peer system and lag compensation. Hopefully they can fix the spawns, but really at this point, it is a new game. And when I say new, I mean new. It feels new, but it has the same old crappy problems, only magnified tenfold as far as the awful spawns and the connection problems. It's really a downer. Really a downer because the game has a lot of potential. It just feels like, yeah. Same old problems. Same old problems. And this is how many years into the COD series, and we've got the same problems. So, yeah, really disappointed with that. The game's got a lot of potential. The game can be fun. That one game out of 10 where you get a decent connection, not a good connection, but a decent connection, at this point is what's keeping me playing. So that's my initial thoughts on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Hope you guys enjoyed.